What's up, y'all? This your girl Lola with Lola's Chronicles, and today I got interviewing with me the infamous Marcquis Taylor, your motivational speaker and entrepreneur. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm blessed. I can't complain at all. Glad to be here.
Man, thank you for taking the time out your day to come on my show and kick it with me.
I appreciate you having me. I mean a lot.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
Oh man, that's the crazy part a little bit because I got a lot going on in all actuality. Like I said, I'm a single father. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm engaged with several organizations, um, and I got several companies that I manage. But for the most part, I kind of started off doing landscaping for myself, and that's Taylorscapes LLC, exterior management and landscaping. And we pretty much just serve the West Michigan community with any landscaping needs. And then I also have a business consultant and personal service company that's named Tailored LLC, Tailor Made LLC, which we just, like I said, we consult businesses, and then we also achieve our personal services for clients and those type of things. And then lastly, which probably one of the what means the most to me is Streams Empowerment Center, known as the SEC or SEC. That's my nonprofit where we teach legacy, financial tools, and economic empowerment. So between those three companies, I've been very, very busy, probably since 2018, and now as of 2023.
Man, I see you got a lot going on out there. You know what I'm saying? I see you got a lot going on.
I'm
That's
trying,
what's up,
man.
though. You
I'm
got to
trying.
stay busy, being a businessman. What made you want to get off into landscaping?
Well, I had a mentor of mine who kind of took me off the streets when I was a little younger, and because I never had a job before, and I was a young guy, a teenager, kind of running around trying to figure stuff out on my own at an early age. And I had a mentor by the time I was 17, getting ready to graduate high school, was really concerned about me and some of my friends. And she took me in and began to teach me some things concerning work and started teaching me some of the minor skills like pruning flowers, weed and flowers, cutting grass, things that I really wasn't into at the time. But because she saw something in me, she kind of reached out to me and just kind of showed me the way at the time. So that's kind of where it stemmed from. And that was kind of like around 2008, 2009. So after working for her at my first legal job ever, I worked for her part time and started getting a couple checks. And so after a few years of working with her and being exposed to entrepreneurship, because she owned commercial real estate and stuff like that at a high level. So after just kind of realizing that I kind of like doing landscaping. I kind of like being outside. I kind of like dealing with flowers and cutting grass and maintaining other people's properties. Keep making them happy. That started to kind of work on me. So around 2018, at this time when I've been working for 10 years, a light bulb went off, and I kind of said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna start my own company. I really
Right.
enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I could take this to the next level. Versus being on payroll, I can create some revenue and create a payroll for somebody else. So I just started going after it at that point.
That's what's up because like you said, you never had a job before.
Hmm.
So coming from, the street life and never having a job and trying to get into the work field can be very challenging because you got to take orders from people, you got bosses, and it's like, you used to being your own man. So when you start your own company, you know what I'm saying, you're able to keep that mentality as being the boss. You know what I'm saying? Instead of working for somebody else and building their dream, you're creating your own path and wave for that. And I think that's pretty dope. Me knowing you all these years and you always been a stand-up dude. But
Hmm.
we come through so many challenges in life, you know, a lot of us don't make it to the point to where we realize we can turn it around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up that you going for that and doing that. Cause I see you, I'm like, damn, we got another business. I hear that. It's motivational. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, okay. And then it's dope. Our birthday's on the same day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
what's
like,
up, man. Shout
okay,
out to the Leo
you know,
Kingdom,
shout
man.
out to the Leo gang.
Yeah, I felt
But
that.
how do you juggle all that with being a single father?
Oh man. And I don't. It's the great. It's by the grace of God, to be honest. You know what I'm saying. I spent a lot of time with myself. You know, I'm really big on self education, self edification. You know, just really like developing the skills and homing what's on the inside. You know, I got some stuff in the works coming up. You know, I'm still been gradually working on a book called Identifying Your Substance, you
Okay.
know, which is basically just around the bulk of just, you know, learning who you is and what you mean to the world and why you here and things of that nature. So it's really that really been like the main focus of it, of my growth. You know, my kids played a big role, you know, wanting to see a lot for them, you know, wanting to create wealth for them, wanting to create provision for them. You know, I didn't, you know, I never was concerned with IRAs, 401ks, investments accounts, you know, things of that nature. Uh, leaving trust fund, leaving trusts alone back to my children. Like all that stuff, I kind of developed over the years and learned from my mentor, and I, you know, just from paying attention. You know, what I'm saying, like, yeah, I kind of led the way at a young age, and took a and kind of grabbed the bulls by the horn myself. You know, with a few of my companies, but for the most part, I think me being able to submit myself to a higher power, you know, being able to listen to my elders, those around me, and then really kind of like really engaging with people who've been here before me. You know what I mean? So I just was always a listener, and though I like to learn, though I, you know, may seem that I may know enough, know a lot, or may do a lot, but for the most part, I would say, you know, that higher power, that higher focus, and my children, you know, it's kind of like what keep me balanced. And then definitely a schedule. You know, I try to develop, you know, manage my time properly. And I think my business has kind of taught me that.
Exactly. Do you feel like if you wouldn't have never met your mentor, you wouldn't be thinking this way? Or do you think it's something that would have just took a longer progress to get to?
Uh, I think it was just kind of like God's timing, you know, actuality. Like when I was kind of, because I used to do things in school, like I used to draw, I used to sell cell phones and things like that. I used to sell trading cards, like Pokemon cards, stuff like that. So like I always had a hustler mentality, always been an entrepreneur, even when I didn't know I was one. You know, so I always knew how to sell stuff. So I would say that my mentor probably just kind of opened the door to another realm of thinking. You know, I think I probably would have been here, you know, if I met her or not. But she did play a very important role, and I would say that that discipline, she taught me a lot of discipline and not to make excuses. So I would say she definitely has been a big impact to my life, and kind of groom what was already there.
Okay, yeah. Because I just recently got a mentor, and it's like, I get where you're coming from because there's a lot of things that she's opening my eyes to that I wouldn't even never thought about right away. Like you say, timing plays a big part in a lot of stuff
Mhm.
because just because you think you're ready, you may not be ready. What are some challenges you faced so far with creating your businesses and getting things started?
Well, some of the biggest challenges the first year, couple of years of me starting my landscaping company. Of course, I was working full time from as well, you know, and I learned a lot of skills from those other companies that I was working for and working with. I have a lengthy experience around management, so I've always kind of been working around leaders and supervisors and managers of companies. So that kind of helped develop the skills that I needed to kind of bear the challenges of running my companies. But companies running a business is very challenging all in itself because you have to worry about payroll, you have to worry about generating revenue, you have to worry about reaching out to customers, you have to consider that you have to close deals once you get those customers attention. You know, it's a lot of things that go along with it. You got business bills, you got personal bills that you have to balance, you have payroll, you have a certain type of expectation per month that you have to generate in order to keep up with, you know, your household and your business affairs. You have to balance that profit and loss matter. You have to deal with taxes and things of that nature. You have to make sure that spending your money properly, that you're balancing your money properly. So most of those challenges, most of those things you kind of learn from just taking the skill on. So I kind of learned a lot along the way. I didn't know everything when I started, but I knew that I had the potential to produce what was necessary to keep going. So like one of my biggest factors was in the beginning, the first couple of years, I was just buying a lot of tools and a lot of things that would help establish the business. And then you got to think a couple of years. I mean, I ran straight into COVID in 2020. So
Right. Yeah.
COVID all by itself was kind of like another defining moment for the company, and to really be able to say that I'm still here, I'm still, cash flowing, I'm still, helping people, and impacting their yards, their businesses, their homes. After all that stuff happened, I'm just really grateful. And like I said, every day there's a new problem that need to be solved or a new issue that may arise.
So I know doing that you meet a lot of interesting people.
Absolutely, absolutely. I built a lot of relationships over the last few years. I met a lot of people that I kind of knew from afar. A
Mhm.
lot of those people I got to know personally, and then a lot of people that I probably was watching through social media or may have heard about. I kind of came across their table or came across their attention from word of mouth and stuff like that. So Grand Rapids, Michigan has been a real blessing to me when it comes to the work that I do and why I do it.
Yeah, they big on their yards around here. You got certain areas they don't play about that grass. They don't play about the landscaping of their property, which it makes it the value and it's beautiful, especially when you got somebody that take their time and really do what they supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing because I'm not really a big on the outside, like dealing with the grass and the dirt and shit. I can't get with it, but I love seeing it. You know what I'm saying? And it takes. I love riding through neighborhoods and seeing how the grass is lined to the T, the bushes. I think it's very beautiful. It brings out the house as well. Um, you also said that you're a motivational speaker. How did you get off into being a motivational speaker?
Well, I have a lot of personal aspirations for myself, and I probably want to say I had to give a lot of kudos to my mom because she was a spiritual mother, and she always encouraged me. She always pushed me in life, and she introduced me to Christ and church and things of that nature. So I kind of started off speaking a little early because I've always kind of been like a leader at heart, and then I never really been afraid to really speak up or speak
Yeah.
out, I should say. So I kind of stem from that. It's just kind of like who I am. I like talking. I like helping people. I like encouraging people. I'm a man of wisdom. I love doing things for the right reasons and things like that. But for the most part, around 19, between 17 and 19, I kind of took church a little more serious and kind of started to work with the youth and work with other church leaders, and they kind of cultivated my gift when it came to speaking.
That's a good thing. That's dope because you can speak through experience. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? You have a lot of experience in a lot of things. The way you come up and you can really reach the youth these days because like I said, we grew up, you know what I'm saying, in a time frame where we did a lot of troublesome things, you know what I'm saying? And that we are able to use that today to inspire somebody else to change their path or to not even go in the direction that we were going.
Hmm.
Growing up, a lot of the times I tell people it was a survival mechanism. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Being in the streets, we had to survive. Then you had a lot of people in the streets that had no business being in the streets. That I call them the type of people that y'all in the way. So, and it's just like I like the fact that how you put that. You're a man of wisdom because a lot of people try to become motivational speakers and talk to the youth, and they don't even know what the hell they be talking about. They can't relate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
doing
I'm
it.
big on relate, on being able
Yeah, you know what
to
I'm saying? They
relate.
can't
Yeah.
relate to a situation that they're trying to stop a person from doing. And you know what I'm saying? Us being in our mid 30s, and we can be like, look, we've been there, we done that. And the consequence that I got, it's only another way. You know what I'm saying? For you
Mm-hmm.
to go. And it's like, so I feel like that's dope because a lot of young men and women still need guidance. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because like I say, it's right now it's the blind leading the blind. They don't
Right.
know. You know what I'm saying? So it feels good to know that it's people out here that's experienced things and been through a lot, willing to talk to the community and let them know, like, look, this is not the way. You can make it a better way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
have, it's not about who got the biggest bag in the streets. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's about logically what you're gonna have when that bag is gone. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely gotta
So
have a legacy.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that you're doing that. So what advice would you give somebody that's trying to step into creating their own business?
Well, my biggest advice would be is first and foremost, you gotta believe in yourself. You know, no one's gonna take your agenda serious unless you take it serious first. You know, you do the homework, you write it down, you make it plain. You know, you repeat it, you exercise it with yourself, you rehearse in the mirror. You know, whatever that creativity or that creative thing may be. You know, you put God first, you believe in yourself. You know, you get you a support system, and then and you work at it.
Definitely. Oh, it was something else I wanted to ask you. So back to being a single father and running these businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a motivational speaker. Do you take your children with you when you do your speakings for them to listen? Do you, try to talk to them about being in that, stepping into their own?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. That's a good question because one of the things that I've learned from my mentor was that, just being exposed. Like I said again, me just being exposed to entrepreneurship, being exposed to being mentored, and just being exposed to a different level of wealth. It kind of changed my mind frame considering where I came from and what I saw at the time. So most people tend to think that things just are the way they are, and the reality is you just haven't been exposed to certain things. And one of her things she said was, I can't blame you and your friends for making the choices that you made because you guys wasn't taught. And that stuck with me. I'm talking about, to this day, I still hold on to that. So I made sure that I would gain the education and knowledge, and I will always stay teachable. So I bring my children with me when I work. When they not at school, they hang with me on the job. So they help in the company, wherever I can get them to work, so they can just be exposed to that entrepreneurship, that aspect of hard work. And then when I'm speaking, I make sure they're present as well, so they could see their father at work. See that they're a good man. They're a man who are focused. They're a man who are disciplined. They're a man who are respectable. There are men who ain't out here just living any kind of way. Because most of us, grew up in fatherless homes. So it's
Yeah.
important that they see that father figure in action. So that was a good question. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So you have sons or daughters?
I have two girls.
So, so this is another question. And being landscaping and you got two daughters, a lot of people be like, oh, I want to leave my sons this legacy. Do you see your daughters being more involved, getting involved with landscaping? Are you the type of parent that's like, okay, this is going to be a family business, or you're more like, okay, it is what you want to do in life? Because you have family, you have fathers, parents, and be like, okay, I'm building this, and this is what we're gonna do. This is our family business, and this is what you got to follow. Or are you more so like, I'm building this for us, and you can go out and do what you want to do in the end?
Well, of course, I'm building a company, for it to be successful. And of course, if my kids can be a part of that, I would love for them to be a part of that. But I'm also big on purpose. So whatever their purpose is in life, I'm going to make sure that they have the avenue or the lane to be who they want to be or see fit. Most women we know don't take on hard jobs like landscaping or construction and things of that nature. But if there is, some secretary work, some light labor that they can do, or if they want to just do the hard work, if they want to
Right.
paint, they want to dig, they go for it. But for the most part, the companies that I've created is for family, but it's also for the community. I want to see people in my community hired and working. I want to see my family benefiting long term for the sacrifices that I made personally. But overall, I believe in my children having their own identity. Like they're going to be able to be whoever that they want to be on their level. What God created them for is for them. What I'm doing today is mainly some of the things that God has put in my heart, and that's kind of where most of my aspirations come from. But I definitely will let my children know that you have to work hard. You have to learn who you are, and you have to stay true to yourself.
Yes, definitely. That's the wonderful answer. Because a lot of people ask me too, like, okay, you're writing books, you're an author. Are my daughter writes, but I tell her this is you don't have to do that. If that's not what you choose to do, you go on about your business. If you want to do, you might want to be a doctor or a lawyer. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm building this for us to create a pathway for you. Now, if you choose to want to be an author like me and that's what you want to do, there's no pressure. Like you say, more so, it's a purpose thing. And I feel more parents should be like that. And I think it'd be easier on the children a little bit if they don't have to feel like they got to live up to the parents' expectations. So that's dope what you're doing. Like you say, it's a purpose given. So I really commend you on that. And then running these businesses and being a single father, that being a single parent and running businesses, but you very rarely hear about single fathers, you know what I'm saying, doing it. So I got pat you on your back for that, because knowing the roles that us single parents have to take, you know what I'm saying, in order to have what we have and build for our families and still have the family structure going on. So it takes a lot, and then to hear from it, a perspective of it from a man's point of view, it's dope, because they always, all you hear is that the women do everything. So running those businesses, changing your life for the better in order to prosper for your family as a man is motivational to people around there. So I tip my hat to you on that.
Thank you. I appreciate
For
that.
real. I really do. Because like I said, you don't see that often. You know what I'm saying? It's mainly either the man is out for self a lot of the times these days. So
Mm,
to run into a family oriented man with a mindset of growth and development for not just him and his family, but for the community. You know what I'm saying? So you're making a way for everybody, and that's dope as its own self. Um, if they wanted to get in contact with you and find you to get you, with your landscape, how can they find you?
Well, they can find me on Instagram, Facebook. They can Google me at for the landscaping at Taylorscapes LLC, and that's on all social media platforms. And then, as far as my business consulting and personal services at Tailored Made LLC, and that's on all social media platforms as well. And then, last but not least, Streams Empowerment Center is also on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to contact us and see what we're working on over there, we got a few things cooking up right now. I got a few collaborations in the work. We do help with troubled children. We do have a few classes and courses that we're creating to teach financial literacy and wealth to the youth, to the young guys. But for those who looking to do community outreach and or have community service, you could come see us at Stream Empowerment Center to help assist you with those things.
That's dope. I need to come, shit, because I need some help. I need to
And we
learn
take
some, you know what
volunteers.
I'm saying?
We most definitely need anybody who want to be a part, man. Because like I said, this
I
stuff ain't for
definitely
me.
need to come.
It's for everybody. It's for us to eat at the table. I'm
Yeah, I
big on
definitely.
that table. That what's a table if you ain't got nobody meeting you there? It's just a
Exactly.
table.
Exactly. Just the table. Like I was telling you, I need some help with my financial. I want to gain financial stability and understanding on, before I really truly launch my publishing company, I want to make sure I got the bare necessities down. And so for your nonprofit organization, is it just for men? or is it for everybody?
No, it's for everybody. It's most definitely for everybody. Yeah,
Mm,
my heart goes out to the man more so because I'm a man and
right.
been in trouble and I've been in the fatherless home. So but we just want to be that app, that bridge that mends everything back together and creates something new in the lives of all people. Not just men alone, but
Okay.
young
Is it a
people
certain
and adults.
age? Are you doing ages, or is just from like youth to adult, or a certain age limit?
I would say as of right now, we around the preteen range to the young adults. We have some things open to the younger kids as well. But depending on the course or the initiative, those ages may change. There's a variance between ages depending on what initiative they partake in.
Okay. Do you accept volunteers?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I would love to be a volunteer. I
That's
think
good.
I think I can holler at some people. I think I got something they might want to hear. You
Yeah.
know, I would love to get off into motivational speaking and talking, not just to females either. To
Mhm.
males as well. So I'm definitely gonna get information on that and how I can volunteer because I'm
That
all
is-
for that. I stand behind you 10 toes down with that. Everything that I've ever done, you supported. So it's only right that I pay homage to you back. And not even that, to the community as well, because I feel like you said, you know, it takes one, but we all got the power to help change what's going on around here if we speak up and stand up and do what needs to be done. If we
yeah, we
put
can
that work
work
in.
that
So
out.
I definitely would love to volunteer with it and be supportive of that because we need more motivational speakers around here, and not even just that, just in an organization as if you're starting already. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get a hold of the youth before it's too late. Most definitely. So, what's the information for that? There where they can reach you through there?
For the nonprofit, you can reach me
Yes.
at, again, Instagram and Facebook at Streams Empowered, as with a D, Empowered Center. And then also you can contact me at SEC123123 TMI at iCloud.com. That's our email. So you can email us or you can message us on Facebook or Instagram to inquire about the nonprofit and the organization.
All right, y'all. Y'all hear it right here. Don't stand around and act like y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all heard him. He got a nonprofit organization going on, and it's gonna take the community to stand behind this brother, man, and get this popping. Because he care, I care, and I feel like we gotta stand behind each other 100%. So y'all hear him. Y'all better reach out. If y'all got some young children that y'all feel need some guidance, I swear he is a good example, and he's a good person to reach out to talk to these young brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, he can relate to what's going on out here. We done been through it. And I wish you nothing but the best on your endeavors, that you continue to prosper in
Yeah,
your landscaping business, my brother.
appreciate
I'm
that.
proud of you. You know what I'm saying? If nobody told you today, I'm going to tell you today, and every day I'm proud of you and I stand behind you. And I appreciate you so much coming on the show, letting us know what you got going on.
I appreciate you having me, man. It mean a lot to me. And who would have
Man,
known
it's a
we'd be
lot to
sitting on the
me.
big screen, man, talking to each other.
you know, it's dope because you encourage me to keep going a lot. Little do you know. You know what I'm saying? The
Same
conversation
here.
we done
Same here.
had when we link up, and conversations we done had when we bump into each other. And you've been breathing on me since we was teenagers to get it together. And I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we locked for life. And you always welcome on the show whenever. Whatever you got going on, I'm telling you right now, I'm here to make commercial, promote it, whatever. All you gotta do is hit me up and let me know.
Okay, that's dope stuff. That's dope
You know
stuff.
what I'm saying? You got VIP pass, bro.
All right, man. I like that. That's good to know. That's what's up.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all make sure that y'all like, share, and comment on this interview. Show my brother some love, Mr. Marcquis Taylor. I wish you the best and have a blessed day. We out.